You're gonna have to come out from there, darling. Come on, how'd you come?
It has been a crazy few days. We've been getting ready to move. We've had my mum's dog, Marley Sue, who was adamant she wasn't getting left behind with us. And we've had heaps of tradies in and out of the house getting things ready. So the first thing I worked on was transferring over all my pantry supplies because I did not want all this precious cargo going in the removalist van. And unfortunately, it just worked out that my kitchen bench tops arrived at the exact same time the removalists were arriving. So thankfully, my best friend went to my house to look after the puppies and oversee the removalist vans while the beautiful new kitchen bench tops went in. And it was just incredible to see it all come together and to see how these guys move these incredibly heavy pieces of silestone in this case into the kitchen and get them in place, and how beautiful it all looks and how much it's bringing the space together. But what that means is we've got a hectic week of lots of jobs.
I don't remember where we were in the last video because we had a break-in attempt a couple of days later and then this happened today. So it has been a crazy couple of weeks. The bench tops went in today and it looks so good. I'm so happy. There's a couple of tiny little things they need to touch up, but it's looking great. We're getting taps tomorrow. The bench tops turned out really well. I haven't obviously painted the windowsills yet, and I don't have plumbing, and we have a gigantic mess in this whole house to deal with. But we will get there. There is almost no space anywhere. So I'm sorry that this has been a bit of a garbled video, but the break-in attempt really threw a spanner in the works, and from there we have struggled to get ourselves situated again because we had to get ready to move. So there are boxes everywhere, and I have decided that this, and I'm going to zoom out, is far too much stuff for one person.
This week is all about getting the tradies in. So step one is to get the backsplash on, which I've chosen these kind of eucalyptus green tiles. And I was really nervous that they weren't going to look any good, but actually I'm really, really happy with them. The puppies have struggled with the tradies being around, and that meaning that they can't always go inside where they want to, but they're going to be really happy to have ducted air conditioning in the end. So while the tradies have been working, we have been putting garden beds together. And interestingly, I have noticed a few scratches and things like that on the Birdie's raised garden beds. I noticed that the paint comes off quite easily on some of them, and I worry that ultimately that will mean they will rust. But there's nothing I can really do about that, nor anything that I actually want to do about that. But it's just, I was a little surprised because I was under the impression that they were a little bit more hardy in terms of the paint. So we have been putting them together and working in the garden beds, as well as working in the insides of the house and putting things away where we can find spots to put things away. But we're all just making do with the situation that we are in and finding space where we can. It has been rather entertaining. Big Bird has been having a little bit of a harder time with the transition. We are her sixth home. I got her when she was 13 months old. She has been abused, so the transition's harder for her. Apart from working on the bed with my 3 happy little helpers, the first thing I worked on was the pantry. We recycled these cupboards that were in the original lounge room and put them in the pantry along with the new kitchen work. And I've been working on filling those up and getting the jars off the floor and into the cupboards. That is my first priority because I want that food out of the sunlight. We have no blinds on the house, but at least we have the garden to retreat to and to feed us in amongst all the chaos that we are living in at the moment. I know this video has been a little bit of chaos, and they generally all have been lately, but that is the world we are living in at the moment. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the content that is coming out of the Learning Gardener at the moment, and we have got a lot more coming up, so I hope you guys will hang out with us again and that we will see you again soon. Thank you for watching.